We are going all out today. So first we're going to stop at the bakery. I ordered this giant 2-tier cake. I have to pick it up. I'm nervous for it, you guys. I'm not gonna lie, because when I ordered it and described what I needed and wanted, the lady looked at me like I had 10 heads.
What?
So I genuinely don't know what to expect. Mind you, this giant cake that I got is going to serve 2 people. Next on the list, we're gonna stop in the ice cream aisle. I think I'm gonna get 2 different types of ice cream because sometimes you want options, you know? And then I might get some soda. We've got a couple other things to pick up, but then we're also going to order a pizza. Yeah, I think that's about it. All right, let's do it. Okay, so for the cake, I originally asked for a broccoli mac and cheese cake because this store usually has a spaghetti cake sitting in their display, but we eat broccoli mac and cheese every week, so I asked if they could make that tweak, and they didn't seem super confident in it. They also didn't seem super confident on how to make this spaghetti cake a 2-tier, but hey, they pulled it off. It looked great. I would consider myself a little bit of an ice cream aficionado, and I recently had Tillamook ice cream and literally was so mind blown. It is so rich, so creamy. I have a new favorite. I also picked up a carton of Jenny's, and this one sounded delicious. It had like an oat crisp in it. My husband requested fruity flavors to go with the cake, and since we were celebrating him on this day, I decided to oblige. Cake check, ice cream check. Now to order the pizza. Okay, now I'm gonna order the pizza really fast. Pick up. We are going to do medium pepperoni, mushroom, red onion, tomato, green pepper. I think that's it. Sesame crust. Check out. Kind of expensive, you guys. This is why we always just get frozen ones. Ordering for later. There we go. Cool. Okay, our pizza is ordered. Okay, guys, so this is my husband's birthday cake. And for this cake, we were competing with the cake he got me for my birthday. It was a pancake cake. So it looked like it was a cake, but it looked like a stack of pancakes. And here's the thing. When he got it, when he brought it out, he opened the box and he was like, "Oh no!" And I was like, "What?" And the top tier had slid off. And I'm not gonna lie, in my eyes, I was like, "Honey, I didn't say this to him, but I was like, you probably just weren't careful when you carried it." Guys, let me show you what happened to our cake. Let me just show you. All right, guys, let's just take a second before we go on with this day to pause, because I do have to show you what happened to the cake. It literally, tears were shed. But let's talk about this day. To some people, this might look like a cheat day or a cheat meal, and we've got to chat about that. If you're new here, hi, I'm Colleen. I'm a non-diet registered dietitian who firmly believes that all foods 1000% can fit into any diet, including cake, pizza, and ice cream. But how often should you be including those foods into your cheat days? My answer is pretty simple, and that is never. But before you go getting your panties in a bunch and call me a hypocrite because I am literally eating those things, I pulled out all of the stops for my husband's birthday. Here's the thing. The reason that I say to never eat those foods on cheat days is because I don't recommend having cheat days at all. Instead, I recommend actually allowing yourself to eat all of those foods at all times, creating a style of eating where you don't need to cheat. People think that cheat meals, they think they're helpful for a variety of reasons, but they tend to do much more harm than good. For example, many people think that if they have cheat days, they'll be less likely to binge eat. However, engagement in this behavior, cheat days, is actually linked to greater eating disorder behaviors and psychopathology, including binge eating episodes. People also believe that having cheat meals can have a profound impact on their metabolism, which essentially is how many calories you burn, and their leptin levels. So let me break that down for you. Leptin is a hormone that helps someone feel full. What happens when weight loss beyond where your body wants to be, so you're pushing your body to lose more weight than it wants to, is that this hormone decreases as a result of your body being like, hey, I need more food, fuel, let me make you feel less full so you give me the energy that I need to function. However, the research shows that while temporarily increasing carbohydrate intake specifically, like one might do on a cheat day, leptin levels can rise about 28% and energy expenditure about 7%. And while we might think, ooh, sweet, this really isn't a bunch or enough to have a prolonged significant effect, the elevation is only temporary. Pair that with your likelihood to engage in disordered eating and binge eating, and you're likely going to be worse off from an eating habit standpoint than you were before the cheat meal or cheat day. So not really worth it. And let's talk about the toll that cheating can also have on your gut, because the intense increase of saturated fat, sugars, salt, and low fiber foods can result in less diversity in the gut microbiome, meaning less efficient digestion and inflammation. Even simply viewing something as a cheat meal or food, bad, unhealthy, is shown to cause us to eat more of that food than if we just saw it as a food. Some foods might be less nutrient dense than others, but that doesn't mean they're bad or wrong to consume. So how often should you have a cheat day? My answer would be never. They're more likely to do more harm than good. Instead, learn to develop a healthy relationship with all foods, not view them as good or bad. Essentially, remove the need to cheat, because when we do, we are actually more likely to eat a quote-unquote balanced diet and consume more of what I call those soul-nourishing foods in moderation. And if you're like, yeah, well, Colleen, I can't do that, then let me tell you what, you are in the right place, my friend, because that is quite literally my specialty. If you are needing a little bit of help, then sign up for a free training that I put together for you. It's called the 7 Pitfalls to Avoid when working to regain control around food, and it'll help you do it 5 times faster. I'll link to that in the description for you. It'll be incredibly helpful, and you'll come away with it with an exact roadmap of how to not even feel the need to have a cheat day literally ever again. Sounds pretty great, right? Head to the description, click the link that says a free training, and regain yourself all of the control around food. Now, let's get back to this day, because like I said, I really want to show you what happened to my husband's cake. It was tragic. The whole top slid off. It was not this way when I got it. I am so sad, you guys. So note to self, my husband was not just not careful. I just don't think they put these, I will never get a 2-tier cake like this again from them. It's fine. But I was so careful, you guys. I was so careful to not tip it like at all. I was so careful not to tip it at all. I literally don't know how this happened. I don't know how this happened. It'll still be delicious. It'll still be delicious. You have permission to eat pizza without it being a cheat day, and you don't need to cut back earlier or plan how to burn it off or make up for it later. You really can just enjoy it without feeling bad or guilty, because when we view the pizza as bad, we're setting ourselves up to likely eat more of it because we feel shameful for eating it. So not only are you more likely to listen to your fullness and satisfaction, you're more likely to actually enjoy the experience. And that's part of what food is being able to celebrate things like birthdays and create memories and have those experiences together. And newsflash, you can do that on a random Tuesday. It doesn't have to be a birthday or a cause for celebrations. Just living life is worth celebration enough. The goal of learning to eat with no food rules is to live a long and joyful life. Yes, it's about allowing yourself to enjoy the more soul-nourishing, less nutrient-dense foods and creating all of these amazing memories. But it's also about eating in a way that takes care of this one amazing body that we have, so we can create even more memories. Eating with no food rules is about getting rid of the guilt and finding your own version of balance, because that, my friends, is where we all thrive. Cheers to a fabulous evening of celebration, delicious food, and being able to stop when full and satisfied happily without guilt. That is living with no food rules.